first glance, this room looks fine. Everything's matching, nothing feels out of place, but something still feels off. And if you ever felt that way about your own home, like everything should work, but it just doesn't, that's my dog, it's probably not your budget. Whether you have expensive taste or a bit of an Amazon addiction, the reason has nothing to do with how much you spent. Hi, I'm Rebecca from Rack Design. And if you like real design advice that makes sense, actually makes sense, make sure you subscribe.
Most people think matching furniture makes a room feel put together, but it's actually one of the fastest ways to make it feel flat. You could spend $20,000 on a matching furniture set and your room could still feel off. The problem isn't the price. It's that everything is trying to match instead of relate. When your sofa, chairs, tables, and finishes all come from the same set, there's no contrast, no tension, no personality. It ends up feeling more like a showroom than a home.
Designers don't match furniture. We mix it. Different shapes, clearly different shapes. Let me show you one. That chair there, quite unique, isn't it? Different tones, different textures. We've got velvet, tweed here, but all of it is working together. That's how we do it.
That's what creates depth. That's what makes a room feel collected, not copied. So if your space feels a little off, it might not be what you bought. It's how closely everything matches. Even if you fix the furniture, there's still one detail that can ruin your room. Most people choose a rug based on pattern or price, but the real issue is almost always the size. Most people don't realize it, but they're undersizing rugs in every room of their house.
Even faking it with this looking like it appears to be big enough, but it's actually not. An expensive rug still looks cheap when you do this to it.
Smaller rug makes everything feel disconnected. Your sofa feels like it's floating, your dining table is not anchored. It's just looking like a decorative island. When the scale is right, the room feels grounded, intentional, and finished. Designers don't choose rugs that last, we use them to define the entire layout. So if your room feels off, don't replace everything, just check your rug. There's one more thing that can completely flatten a room. Most people are lighting their home like a hallway. One overhead light right in the center, flooding the entire space. It's bright, it's practical, but it completely kills the atmosphere. You run the risk of having it cold and harsh with too much lighting, and let's be honest, it doesn't flatter anyone's skin. Or the opposite effect, it's far too dark and you can't see what you're doing. Designers don't rely on one light source. We layer it. Ambient lighting, task lighting, accent lighting. Everything needs to work as one to create that depth and ambiance into a space. A well-designed room isn't fully lit, it's intentionally lit.
As done with these hanging pendant lights in place of table lamps.
A lot of people think that lighting just means picking a ceiling fixture. There are 3 types actually that designers use. Ambient lighting is your overall light source. It gives the room a base level of brightness. Then you've got your task lighting. Task lighting is the functional lighting. It supports what you're actually doing in the meantime. So, think your under counter lighting with your reading. So you've got a small lamp that folds over top of you, a gooseneck. It's when you're doing something that you need to actually focus on what your task is. And then there's your accent lighting. And this is actually the fun part. This is what people forget to add, your wall sconces. This sets the depth, the mood, the atmosphere. So this is the part that I say have fun with, because you can get really creative with the type of fixtures you use. So if your room is feeling cold or flat, no depth to it or no mood, it's not creating a good mood or feeling in you, it's often because your lighting is not layered. So if your home feels a little off, it's probably not your furniture, it's how everything is working together. And once you fix these 3 things, your entire space changes.
If your living room feels a little off or even a little cheap, it usually isn't about your budget. It's about a few key decisions that are affecting your entire room. Once you fix those, everything else starts to fall into place. And if you want more practical design advice like this, then subscribe to my channel and I'll be sharing a lot more videos like this.